Hello folks, Guy here again. Welcome to my home on this very beautiful, possibly the beginning of spring type of scenario day. Name of this video is called The Why Guy Loving... See, I haven't decided the title yet. The Why Guy, because sometimes I change them. I'll say one thing on the video and then have a totally different title. You know, as far as... Anyway, the name of this video is called The Why Guy Loving the Disagreeable. Something like that. The Why Guy Loving the Disagreeable. Yeah, that might be a good title. Anyway, this is gut level honesty time. So please judge me wisely. You notice I'm actually asking you to judge me? I don't mind that at all. How many times we've heard, don't you judge me, shame on you for judging me, don't you judge me. Judging has got a bad rap, folks. We are most certainly, okay, wisdom says to judge the fruit that things produce in our lives. Judge it via the fruit of the Spirit of God, as well as, well, the first thing, the fruit is love. And then, so God is love. So, you know, I've never shared anything on all these hundreds of videos that I've done and 3 books that I've written. I've never slandered God, even once. That's how, what I mean by wisely. Judge me wisely. Judge this video. Judge, fine, go for it. I've experienced a little bit of notoriety, speaking of books, okay? I've experienced a little bit of notoriety in writing my 3 books. The first one was In Defense of God's Love, and the second one was Is God Bipolar? And last but not least was No Love, No Fear, No Love, No Fear. I'll leave a link to these 3 books down on Show Me More section. Link to Amazon, okay? In case you're curious, all right? There's really nothing wrong with having a little bit of notoriety about doing this, okay? Because none of it has gone to my head, folks. I know. I'll explain why. Because I know for a fact that I'm as equally messed up or blessed as the next guy. See, I know that. I'm honest with myself. And since we all see through a glass dimly, this tells me that none of us as individuals actually know very much about God. Yet, we find ourselves writing stuff about God. And this is only 3. I mean, it's a million books, okay? However, corporately and together, we shine, folks. We really do. We shine His character, His loving nature, His wisdom, and knowledge. Simply put, we are one in the Spirit. Do you remember that old song? We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. I used to sing that all the time. It's one of the first songs I ever learned on the guitar because it was so simple. Key of A minor. So simple. And it came out of the charismatic Catholic movement back then in the 70s, I believe, if not the late 60s. So I've never been to a Catholic church, but I've appreciated a lot of the songs that came out of that movement. I can tell you that. Anyway, we need each other. That's so very bad, and that's so very good. Okay? As you're watching this, along this line of reasoning of how we shine and how we need each other and all that kind of stuff, some might be subconsciously thinking about that I'm referring to those who mainly agree with us. You know, mainly agree, and how much we need them. We need them to confirm what we believe. That might be what might just subconsciously is going on in the mind. It's natural, okay? So I don't know how I know this, though, but we also need those folks who don't agree with us as well. No, I don't always need their opinions or knowledge or confirmation of truth. No, but like you, I need their love, and they need ours. See, I know that, but, okay, I know that, but can you love someone whom you vehemently disagree with? Can you? If you can, you're so much better person than I am, and I know that, or a person than I will become eventually. Yes, I know that too, because I'm such a hypocrite. I want them to love me, yet under the same circumstance, I rarely reciprocate. long way to grow, folks. Okay, just like all of us. So in this context, if I have grievously aggravated any of you as my viewers, which I know I have, please forgive me. And the reason I know that I have is because I've had a few subscribers unsubscribe after having dialogue with me down in the comment section. I don't put up with too much religious bullshit. I just don't. And doctrines of men and things like that. And I know I have offended a lot of people. My personality is not exactly the best. None of ours is. Okay, I know that too. So I'm just simply asking for forgiveness, okay? So for a guy, myself, okay, who talks so much about God's love, I'm greatly left wanting, folks. I just really am. So God has, and I know this, it's one thing, that sometimes you know things without understanding why. See, I know that God has deposited his love deep within my spirit. So I know what God's love is in that respect. I know, at least up here, in that respect. But feeling it is a whole different issue, whole other matter with me. I gave up on feeling God's love since I stopped going to church. What does that tell you? I asked myself. And no, in closing, at this point though, the thought of walking through a church door is enough to make me want to puke. It just is, okay? No offense to you churchgoers, none at all, okay? I'm in that. That's my issue. That's between God and yours truly here, all right? So I'm going to continue my journey to find out what God's love actually feels like outside of those church walls. I've experienced it every now and then. Lloyd and Betty Russell, I can give them a shout out to them. There were people I just met on Facebook. And they hopped in their RV and drove all the way here and hung out with us. Yeah, I experienced quite a bit of God's love those days that they were here. So, if any of you folks, PM me. If you guys want to hang out, let me know. I'm pretty down to earth, easy going, a little rough around the edges, I'll admit. And, I cuss and have a few beers from time to time. But if I'm not too terribly offensive towards you, I just want to let you know that my house is your house. Thank you for viewing.